It's time now to check out a hot comedian.
The Bob and Zip Show with Dan Kelly.
He's Andrew Rivers, and he's been on tour all over the world, but hasn't visited his parents in at least a year and a half.
Already the guilt.
Andrew Rivers, how are you? It's your dad, and I am recording on video.
Oh, hi. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for pushing me back to Thursdays. It's nice. It feels like home.
Is this, well, everybody floats, and I don't know which day you prefer. It could be whatever you want.
Everybody floats sometime.
Yeah, Thursdays are good. It feels like it's closer to showtime for me, you know. Sometimes you make me record at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, and it feels like I'm
tough
talking
for you.
to you
Yeah.
on the phone. You know?
9 a.m. is
But,
midnight for a comedian. So,
Yeah.
so your ex-girlfriend Katie is on the Bachelorette now, and I know this only because your mother is very fascinated with that. Somehow she feels she might end up with a daughter-in-law once Katie sees all those plastic phony people and remembers Andrew was real.
And funny.
Yeah, that could happen, right?
Well, you know, she's a good actress, so anything is possible. We'll see. Good luck to her. You know, maybe if I get on my own reality show first, then she'll see me as an equal. Maybe, you know, I don't know.
Is that the best dating resume thing for someone to have now? Is they're on a reality show? Does that make you hotter and more desirable in today's
Depends on how
world?
rich it made you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's about internet clout. If you got,
Juice.
if you know, the world is moving to cyber mattering more than real life because we're all on our phones, you know.
Right.
Yep.
So if you can capture attention on the internet, that's sort of a stable way to provide for your family in the future.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally.
I get that. That makes sense. How are you doing on the internet these days? I know you're selling shows out. You're back to booking halls and selling. Is North Bend sold out yet?
No, North Bend's 50% sold out. So,
But that's like 3 weeks away, right?
Yeah, it's 1 month away from right now, so that's good. I'm trying to figure out when the best time to maybe add a second show is, you know? I don't want to, like, cock block the first show. I don't want two shows halfway sold out, you know? So
You got to avoid that. Absolutely.
yeah, so the theater had an idea that we'll just do the show 2 weeks later instead. So I may just take up a residency at the North Bend Theater, you know, which is what every failed comedian does. They move home to the woods
Yes,
and
that's right.
perform once a month for the locals.
Some of them go to Vegas, but you go to the woods.
Right.
That's very good.
Well, I'm a man of the people, you know.
That's right.
All right.
But it'll be nice, you know. I can't wait to get back to, like, full crowds.
Yes. Well, didn't you just go to an NBA game?
Oh, yeah. Well, the NBA game, that was a 1/3 spaced out arena,
Okay.
which was pretty nice.
Which game?
And,
Which
that was
team?
Portland Trailblazers,
Okay. Yeah.
And,
Paul
they lost.
Allen's old team, right?
right? They lost and got kicked out. But and it's funny because I think I'm going to miss some of the spaced out stuff. Because, like, I don't usually like live sports games, especially now that TV is good enough to zoom in on the guy's boogers or whatever. But you know,
High definition explained and branded, right? So you can't get that visual.
and it
out of your
ruined
head.
news because you're like, oh, that's the face I'm trusting.
Yeah.
Booger vision.
But the, you know, the live games are kind of annoying because there's like guys spilling beer on you and this guy's yelling racial slurs and yeah, I get it. It's the name of the team, but you know, 1/3 spaced out. The line for nachos is only like 5 minutes.
That helps.
You know, you didn't have to stand up and do the wave. You know, we've had enough waves this year, so
Yeah. All right.
it was good.
Fourth wave. So are you? I'm hearing you say something that I've been thinking too, and that is there are certain things you're going to miss about COVID, aren't there?
The free money from the government every week. That's going
one.
to be a real
Yeah,
bummer
that's-
when that disappears.
That's a big yeah.
You know, the forced isolation is kind of nice, you know, like I don't have to lie to my parents about what I do during the day anymore. 'Cause
Sure. You don't have to visit
just
them.
call me up.
That's been a
Yeah.
helpful thing, right?
Yeah, well, I would have, but you were scared of a little flu. So.
Yes, we were. But not anymore. We haven't been scared since April 18th when we were fully
I
vaccinated.
invited you to my 2 sold-out theater shows. And
You
politely
invited your
declined.
elderly parents to travel to throw their crap in a suitcase and come and see you perform. How nice of you. Yeah.
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 I thought maybe you'd be proud of your son for selling out a 250-seat theater, but I guess.
I've been proud of my son many times.
All right.
For
I'm
lots
just
of
teasing
things.
you.
Now
It's
you know
all
better.
fine. We'll
You know
The
figure
other
better.
it out.
son.
Yeah.
The other son.
Listen, it's the planet. It's like it's the orbit of the.
Yeah.
It's a whole. Not like Mars is in retrograde, but you got a whole life and I got a whole life, and we're trying to make it happen.
I did the same thing to my parents, so you're not hiding anything from me. You know that.
I mean, what?
My
I'm
dad
not
would be
trying to
like, "Are you
hide
coming
anything."
out this year?" And I would very busy. But yeah, it's okay if you don't want to see us anymore. It's okay.
I really like
I'm
to
glad you're
get-
okay with
Can I
it.
have
Yeah,
the
it's all fine.
keys and the cats and the cradle and the silver spoon?
Well, I feel like we talk once a week on the internet here, and
That's
and
perfect.
it feels
Yeah,
like
we
we
don't need to
haven't
see
missed
each
a
other.
beat.
When
By
you
the
get
way,
what are we
home,
gonna do?
Cat.
Talk
last week
in
Andrew
person?
texted his mom and me and said,
We'll
"Hey,
get
I've got
together
this show
then."
coming up," and it's like the day after my birthday or something like that. He said, "I got this show coming up, and why don't you fly out here and watch me perform?" And I was thinking, well, we would. We've done that. We do that crazy thing. We flew once to Hawaii to see him with no advance notice and hid in the audience so he didn't know we were there. We flew almost 6,000 miles, and it was a blast. So we would. But this time, it's my
The job's
birthday.
been crazy and the kids are in school.
Yes, that's
It's
right.
sure nice talking to you,
you,
Dad.
Bob.
It's sure nice talking to you.
All right. So enough of that. You'll come out here at some point, right?
Yeah, of course, we'll figure it out. I mean, it's just a busy. I'm everything's back open. I gotta try to make some money here and make a move with my career and
That's true.
see what happens. You've already made your bones and you're hiding out in the woods, and
What I
some
really
of
like
us have
that
still got big
how
shoes
does
to
that
fill.
make you feel?
is to borrow the car keys. See you later.
Trying
Can
to-
I have them,
trying to
please?
prove myself here, and
That's all.
You know.
Yeah. All right. What else
It's-
is new?
it's-
What else is new? You've been playing. Is it fun to be in front of a crowd again?
yeah, it's nice. I did cheat a little bit. Like I did some shows in the Midwest that were in full capacity. Like, we're in phase 2, but Texas is in phase too many people are alive. So, and it's the crowd thing is like, I don't think I noticed it much. Like, I think you just adapt. But now that I know what a real crowd feels like, it feels like I cheated and then I realized my girlfriend has been faking an orgasm for the last year.
this time. 'cause
Yeah, like I'm like, oh, it was supposed to sound like that the whole time. I've
Yeah.
been lying to myself, but yeah, not bad.
A lot of performers
like,
put up with that. By the way, like I feel bad for just people like Seth Meyers and who's the other one? Stephen Colbert.
Alan and all those guys.
Yeah, and all those guys had to like do it with no crowd. That'd be tough.
Cardboard crowds.
So, all right.
Well, I regularly perform in bowling alleys, so I'm used to no crowd.
That's it.
And,
Now, have you? I have not watched The Bachelor yet with Katie. Have you been watching it?
well, yeah, it was just the first episode, but
Okay.
it's not a good show, but it's fun to watch. Like, it's not very entertaining, but I'm like, oh, it's fun because I know someone.
Right,
I don't
right,
think I'll continue the series as they go on.
So in the first episode, they basically line up a whole bunch of guys in front of her, and she,
Right.
gets to put her nose in the air, and she gets to have her pick. Right? That's basically it.
Yeah, I think and it's funny because I watching the lineup, I'm like, hey, it's probably a good thing they didn't cast me because it's all like a bunch of buff firefighters that work in an orphanage in their spare time, and, they do this thing where they show them like playing a ukulele and looking into the sunset, or they'll be like, this guy's a hockey player, and then they show him playing hockey, and I'm like, well, I don't know what they would have done. Hey, this guy's a comedian, and then it's just me jerking off in a La Quinta, So
That's a great line.
But
Boy, that's going to
maybe
get you on
they-
TV fast. So
I
just keep
know.
that stuff up. That's
So much for the La Quinta account.
yeah, just tell some jokes, man. But
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, I appreciate your
maybe-
honesty. I do.
Yes.
I might have just who knows? Maybe I applied too late because they did cast like a super religious guy, and so maybe they're like, "Hey, we don't want two virgins at the same time."
Right.
Is she a virgin?
I meant me in this scenario. Self-fulfilling bit. There you go. I'll
That's cute.
explain them.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right. It's great to hear from
Comedy
you.
with footnotes.
Yeah. Your mom did put me up to just saying we'd love to have you visit sometime.
I will. My schedule for July is pretty busy, but August looks wide open. We'll see what
Well, we're vaccinated. I think we'll live till August.
Maybe.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to seeing you. Are you going to go to California when we're out there for the grandchildren?
Well, that's the thing is I just get offers, and so I have
to
to
take the
do
job.
other stuff.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
totally
take
get
a
it.
gig.
I'm going.
So I'm going down the 4th of July weekend. I'll be down there.
I'm going to go see Ron White. Should I mention your name?
Sure. Yeah, I don't think it'll get you anything, but
I'm not going to get you on with him. Tater salad. That'd be a good-
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if
Do you know
he's-
Ron
if
White,
he's
Ed? Are you
taking,
friends?
No, I'm not friends, but I'm friends with the club owner, and I did get a ticket. So
Mention Andrew to the club owner. That actually does help sometimes.
yeah, the club owner might ignore you less, but
I know how to get backstage at that club. You never know.
hey, so drop a tape somewhere, or hey, miracles can happen. I've heard
Absolutely.
stories of like Brian Regan looking up comedians on YouTube and then just hiring them on there. So
Why
I
not?
have like I've a lot of comedians shy away from posting their material, but I post it as soon as I think it's ready to be seen. So
Right.
Yeah.
I have all sorts of 20-minute, 40-minute clips up on YouTube, so everyone go check it out.
Well, Andrew, what you don't know is that I know how to do Jeff Foxworthy. So basically, he's also a blue collar comedian. I can just say, Ron, there's a fella, a young upcomer from Seattle. His name is Andrew.
Yeah.
You really ought to check him out. I gotta go.
You gotta speak his language. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Jeff Foxworthy sounds remarkably like Jay Leno sometimes.
He's got. I tell you, because on the other podcast he did the Three Stooges, and it was Jay Leno.
Yeah,
and,
Jay Leno's one
just
of your
different
best
versions
voices
of
there.
Jay Leno.
I just can't help it. Slips into everything. This is Jay Leno. And this is, of course, there's a big difference, you asshole.
Well, wait a minute. And this, by the way, every voice actor will tell you this, and I'm
Yes.
sure Ed too. There's similarities because for a moment there, I heard Barney Fife in.
No, you
Yes.
Barney
no,
Fife.
You didn't. No, you didn't.
Nah.
Nip it in the bud. Just nip it in the bud.
Right.
Yeah.
But Barney Fife, Jay Leno, they could be cousins.
Look, there's 10 tones in the box there, okay?
That's it.
all
That's
I'm
right.
saying.
It's
I'm
like
just-
music. There's only 8 notes, and if you're a drummer, there's only one. Bang.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, just figured I'd get your attention. Andrew, it's great to hear from you. Can we count on you every week now? Or when you're not touring?
I got next week, and then I'll probably be busy again for a bit. But we'll we got you here and there.
All right. Let us know where we should fly to see you next every week, and we'll make it one of these weeks.
You hang tight. I'll come see you soon.
Remember I was talking
No,
about the
it's
power of guilt earlier
So
in the
hard
show?
to leave the house.
All right. By the way, Andrew, have you watched the show Startup?
No, I don't. I'm not a TV person. I don't enjoy.
It's not TV.
I don't. I know it's a series in the Netflix. I'm not
HBO.
watching a lot of movies or. I haven't found anything that really
Okay.
Netflix, sorry, not HBO.
gets me through the first episode.
Well, I just wanted to say,
It's good.
by the way, it only made me think of you because of how much they use the N-word, and I know you're into rap.
It's a window into his past.
I do it entirely differently. I just say to my peeps,
Listen,
"What's up, my?"
You're gonna get me. You're gonna get me kicked off of Bachelor. With
That's
that.
right.
Do you feel me, my cracker?
I hear you.
I hear you, my cracker. Just say my cracker,
homie.
and you're good.
My homie.
All right. Bless you, son. Love you.
Later.
Take care.
My friend, we cannot keep this a secret any longer.
Bob and Zip.